agricultural revolution was driving the rural workers off the land and into the new industrial cities. The Enclosure Acts denied villagers access to the fields where generations of peasants had scraped out a living. In these troubled times, the labourers of Northamptonshire had a voice through John Clare. He's often called the peasant poet. In Helpston, his cottage, or cot, still survives. It's now a museum devoted to a rare Regency imagination. And sway the bees about the grass that stops with every bloom they pass, and every minute, every hour, keep teasing weeds that wear a flower. Imagine the scene on a dark winter's night. John Clare is sitting on a stool in the corner of the room, writing a poem. His mother over there, spinning. This was their cottage. It's just 2 up, 2 down. There was earth on the floor, a ladder instead of stairs, and actually 10 people were living here. 3 generations of the Clare family shared it. It's not quite our modern idyll of country living by any means, but they were glad to have this cottage. It was their home. Many of John Clare's poems celebrated all things bright and beautiful. But in Helpston, he witnessed the single greatest threat to rural life for over 1,000 years, the enclosure of the common lands. Each little tyrant with his little sign shows where man claims earth glows no more divine. But paths to freedom and to childhood dear, a board sticks up to notice, no road here. And birds and trees and...
Indeed, they supported Clare during his poetry, and also were getting land off him at the same time during the enclosure process.
Clare, through his education, became a curiosity in his native village. The strains of his life and his heavy drinking possibly explained his drift into insanity. And here is a very melancholy letter indeed. Somebody wrote to him at the asylum saying, "Why no more poems?" And this answer is heartbreaking. He writes, "Dear sir, I am in a madhouse. I quite forget your name." He says, "You must excuse me, for I have nothing to communicate. I have nothing to say." It's a very sad end for a poet, isn't it? John Clare now lies in the village churchyard. He had asked to be buried round the other side of the church, where there was the most sun in the morning and the evening. This is a man who knew about the weather, don't forget. But in the event, they put him here, near to his parents.